Good day to all of you. Shout out to our new subscribers and thank you very much to those who follow our uploaded videos. I hope your support will continue. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's start.
Daddy, why do they hate us?
Oh sweetie, it may seem like they hate us, but really it is more like they chose us.
But Daddy, I didn't want to be picked.
Neither did I, Pumpkin, but unfortunately, it is the will of greater men and a greater God. This will be the last nuclear war the world will see. There is an old saying that one must destroy before they can create. It is like when you play with your Lego blocks. Once you build something, don't you have to take it apart in order to build something bigger and better? It is the same thing with men and cities.
Couldn't they have picked other cities?
They have my baby, many others, but we have been chosen because we just consume too much. There isn't enough food and materials to go around anymore. And because of that, there is too much evil in the world now. You know how scary it can be when you and your brother come with us to the market, don't you, baby?
Yes, Daddy.
Now, it's been 9 minutes since the sirens have gone off. I want you to be brave, my angel. We are going to be immortal after today. That means we are going to live forever. No more pain, no more hunger, no more hurt. That doesn't sound so bad now, does it? It's time for us to tell each other goodbye. I love you so much, my baby. I am so proud of you. Now let's grab our signs and head outside.
The Smith family straps their hollow stenciled signs over their back and above their head. As they position themselves in front of a large, immobile marble slab, they clasp hands in a row and close their eyes. The tears rolling down their cheeks evaporate immediately, as do their bodies, once the nuclear blast reaches them. Their prominent shadows burn against the marble, leaving a message for the survivors of the Great Reduction. We forgive you, lest not be in vain. She lay still in the darkness, not daring to make a single sound. For hours she had lay awake in her pitch-black room, shivering with terror. She held herself tightly as to not ruffle the sheets which she griped with vice-like strength. She chewed on her tongue as to ensure that her teeth not chatter, ignoring the taste of her own warm, salty blood. She dared not make the softest whisper for fear of unsettling the beast which sat in the corner of her chamber. She awoke hours ago to a faint breeze, which tingled down her spine, rattling her core, and suddenly was shook by a hot burst of air rushing against her skin. The shock of the chill and sudden burn startled her as she awoke to the sight of bright yellow-green eyes that watched over her that night. For hours now, she had gripped her sheets, depressed on her tongue, and has been sweating drops of terror from her skin. She felt the heavy yellow glow press down upon her like a megaton, perversely watching her cower under her soft quilt. She began to grow tired and her eyelids dropped, and she was finally at rest for the first time in hours. When she opened her eyes again, the yellow light blinded her, and without a sound, her demonic intruder was face to face with her. In this moment she shrieked out a primal scream of sheer terror which the creature bathed in with great pleasure, as it seemed to feed on her very fear. The next morning she awoke perfectly fine, as if nothing had occurred that night. She assured herself it was simply a nightmare. As she stood up, she realized that the window was open, and in that moment she felt the cold breeze that awoke her last night. That's when she saw the claw marks which scratched her window frame and ran up and down the bricks of the side of her house. She took a deep breath and prepared to let out a scream like the scream she unleashed that night, but, to her horror, she was incapable of uttering a single sound. The creature had devoured her voice. If you want to share your scary story, just email ytstarvlogshorrorstories@gmail.com.